Well, how's it going, you glorious rascallion bastards? My name's FOXSOL. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more WutheringWaves. And in today's discussion video, we're just really going to break down something that this is not guaranteed. So disclaimer here, this is not guaranteed whatsoever. What's being stated right now over Reddit, what's being stated over Twitter right now, and even on the Discord, is that when version 1.3 is going to come out and we get the two next characters that's going to come into the game, that we're going to get a free 5-star voucher. And if that is the case and we get another 5-star character voucher, today's video is practically just to break down the characters that you should be potentially able to get, and you know, who would be good for you to pull. So some recommendations that I have, and basically from the five or six characters I believe is going to be in there. Let's break it down. Let's see who's good, and let's see who you should be taking that voucher and spending it on. So let's get into it. So let's make the most obvious statement first, though, in this entire voucher system. Chang Li, Jin Shi, and most likely GN are not going to be 3 5-stars that's going to appear in this voucher. There is actually maybe, in my personal opinion, there would probably be a 10% chance that GN will be on there, but this is probably going to be the same voucher that we had before. So it's probably just going to be, you know, Cal, GN, Encore, Ver, and Lin Yang that's going to be on this entire voucher. And legitimately, each one of these characters is very decent. Okay, they're very, some of them are a little bit better than others, but any character on here is really good. So depending on what your play style is, depending on what you're trying to do, depending on what characters you have, depending on what character you're trying to build up, this voucher may be something that's going to help you out. To new players who may not have a 5-star, or you know, you're debating what you would get for a 5-star, free 5-star. Well, you know, Cal, for example, is a very, very good DPS. Probably one of the coolest characters in the game. And honestly, probably an S-tier character in all generalness. I mean, the character really shines. I've played with him somewhat in the beginning, and I've actually made him a DPS on my Electric team. The few things to know about Caltro, in all honesty, is that unlike someone like GN, he's not brain dead. This character, in all honesty, this unit does require you to understand, you know, animation cancels, makes you understand pretty much how to have patience and do more damage through, you're not just smashing buttons, timing your attacks and getting the most damage for everything you have in your arsenal. And if you're a type of person that likes to be strategic and you like to play like that, this would probably be the best character in all regards for you. Now, just for in case GN does pop up on that voucher, like I said, so like I would say it's a 10% chance out of maybe even a 5% chance to be really realistic that he would show up on. But in case he would, this is for all my button mashers, crayon chewing, paint sniffing people out there that does not want to think. GN is straight up a character. He's also an S tier. You get damage for basically hidden buttons. That's the best and most simplest way I could put it. The gotcha gods, when we first started playing it, and I was summoning left and right, and I was trying to get every character in the game, the gotcha gods kept giving me GN, and he was the first character we summoned 6th. So straight up, I'm going to tell you right now, he was my main before Chang Li came in. We were using him, and it's just pure damage output from him by just straight up going into alt and fucking wailing. Jianxi is also another good character to look into. That, like, I actually do love her. I think she's mommy as well. I think she is, you know, a beautiful support and very underrated as a support. I've read multiple, you know, forums. I've read multiple postings about this character, and a lot of people like, oh, she's not that good. She's not that great. This woman, this lovely, lovely monk, this chi making honey boo boo waifu has saved my ass multiple times in the Tower Adversity, has saved me on the holographic bosses playing on a GN team, because with her parry skill, it just goes through shit. And the healing that she does is like you every 6 seconds for me right now, because we made her a tank and a pure healer, that legitimately I'm healing for 25 to 2600 every 6 seconds for 30 seconds. And you know, that tremendously helps out when you're bum rushing down a holographic boss with GN. So I would say that if you have not pulled for her, that you should take a look at some gameplay. And if you want to, you let me know. I'll show you some gameplay of GN later on. She is really good. You can use her, I believe, as a sub DPS. You could even possibly make her into DPS. Right now, I'm using her more of a supportive role just for the healing purposes, but she's really fucking good. And I think that she is very underrated for what a lot of people see. Encore would be another one that should be on that list that you should be able to collect on this voucher. She's a good DPS, especially for what she is. She's not a character I particularly like to play. I was building her originally to be my third DPS until Jinshi came and until Chang-Li came. So I put her on the back burner because I'm not a person who likes playing cute little girls, I'll be honest. But this is basically your bruiser type character with her alt. She has, if you take a look at her summoning chain, legitimately she is fucking strong as shit. She is a powerhouse nuke all of herself. She's a little girl with anger issues. This is another S tier DPS that if you're looking for a fusion DPS that's free, that you can't get Chang-Li, Encore would be a great alternative for someone who likes this style, who likes a bruiser and likes someone that can just come in and just fucking bring in pure chaos. Verenia, another character that I hardly use. I had to put her on a team because she is basically my third support for my third team. But when it comes into the supports from Baichi, from Jianxi, when it comes to Ver here, out of them all, she would be the S tier healer. I would say that Baichi would be the B tier, the B tier, or S tier, A tier, B tier. That is the way I would put it. So as an S tier healer, the higher her attack damage, the more she heals for. And if you build up her resistance chain, you get more summons of her. She does an ungodly amount of healing and also attack boosting. So she would be great. I've seen my friend who plays Cal have her on the team and built her up, and what she does for him is just tremendous. Like, he could be down to 1/3 health and she comes in with her alt and a couple of skills, boom, full heal, swap right back to Cal. So I don't play her that much to really give a true opinion on it. But from everything I've seen on paper, from everything that I've seen myself with my eyes, watching someone else play it, this is probably the most OP support healer that there is on the entire spectrum. And until something else would replace her, she would probably be the most worthwhile under Caltro to look at getting. And then we come to the last one, my boy, Lin Yang. Lin Yang is a very unique martial artist that legitimately I do like this character. I fell in love with this character in the beginning. I just haven't built him up anymore because all the other characters that came out and content purposes wise, I want to come back to it. I want to come back to him and I want to actually build him up because I have a team for him that would work, I believe. Lin Yang is a great character. I think that, very decent damage, does really well, very tricky character, very, very same thing like Chang-Li to a certain degree. His aesthetic is cool. Now, I would recommend that the only downside is that the English voice acting for Lin Yang kind of sucks. So switch that shit to Japanese or Korean. Korean makes him sound like a fucking man and play him like that. The only downside that would make me put him at the bottom of the list, like truly, if we're looking at this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, this would be top on the list. This would be top on the list. This would be third on the list. This would be third on the list in a sense. And this would be final on the list, is because as much as he is a DPS and basic attack and everything else is what his entire, echo list is going to be upon, I don't find that his damage output is impressive compared to any other character that's in this game that's a DPS. You're not getting big numbers. I've tried in the past to get like similar numbers to GN, similar numbers, to Cal, even support sub DPSs like Yenlin. I tried getting, close to those numbers. It doesn't come that way. I mean, his ult does some damage and everything else, but in all honesty, Lin Yang fell off for me because, I want to feel like I'm legitimately, when I'm hitting buttons, that it's legitimately hitting buttons and I'm seeing high numbers, not decent numbers. And then when you go to, basically, let's put it like this. Best way to explain it. When he does a hit, let's say his ult does, 50K. That's pretty good for him. But when I hit an ult with GN that is at the same level as him, and I'm hitting for 100K, which is a little bit, you already know which one's more impressive. And that's kind of the reason why he kind of dropped off. I still love the boy, don't get me wrong. I love my boy Lin Yang. But I'm just going to say that, I have to put him on the bottom of the list in the Voucher. I think that legitimately, if you don't have any of these characters, yes, if you're looking for another DPS, Caltro right here, Cal would be the best DPS that you should be going for. It should be where you're using your Voucher on. Right now it's broken again. I don't know why this is breaking like this, but this is broken again. Let's back out of this, reopen it. Okay, I fixed it. Not sure. Excuse me. I'm not sure where that's coming up from, but Cal would be the #1 choice. If you don't have none of these characters, I would say if you need a DPS, #1 choice. You need another support, #1 choice. You already have these and you're just looking to get something fresh. You're looking for another fresh DPS, Encore. Good choice. Jianxi, great choice. In fact, I'm probably going to end up wasting my Voucher on her, to be honest, because I want to get it to where I have the 2 parries instead of just 1 parry. So this is probably the one that I'm going to waste my Voucher on completely, to be honest. But you tell me, who are you looking forward to? If the Voucher actually comes out like they're claiming, and you get your free 5-star, and these are the 5 stars you can get. Let's just say you get this, or this. Heck, I'll tell you what. Even the 5% chance, let's just say you get GN. Which ones are you most interested in? Like, guaranteed wise that you really are looking at trying to get? Tell me in the comments below. Let me know. I really love to see what everybody's interest is, to be completely honest. If we get another 5-star Voucher, and these are going to be the characters which most likely would be in that Voucher, I am interested to know if you're going to be looking more for Cal. If you're going to be like me, you're going to be going for Jianxi. You're going to be going for Encore or whoever. So let me know. Otherwise than that, take it easy, guys. Have a good one. And I will catch you on the flip side. Peace.